Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business, and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 29 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. Have you ever suffered with the Sunday scaries or dread those Monday mornings, and when you've dropped the kids off to school, you come home ready to start working on your business and you just don't know what you are focusing on at all, what it is that you need to do, and you are just spending the week running here and there, feeling like disorganized chaos? If so, you are not alone, and this episode is for you. I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that I like to do on a Sunday that really help me set myself up for a week ahead of success. Because one thing I have learned by having my own business and working from home is that if I am going to get and have a successful week, getting all of the mum jobs done, things done around the home, and do what I need to do in my business, I have to be organized and have a plan. Not only does having a plan help me to stay focused and productive every time I turn on my PC, but it makes sure that I also have time for everything I need to do around the house, as well as having time for me too. And so if you are ready to banish those Sunday scaries, go from surviving to thriving in your mompreneur journey, and wake up on a Monday morning feeling like you are winning already, you are going to want to do these things on a Sunday. I started doing these a couple of years ago, and now it's just part of my Sunday routine of what I do. And I cannot tell you the difference it has made to my life, both as running my business and as a mum and getting all of the things done. And actually, most importantly, still being able to enjoy a little bit of time for me and just get up on that Monday morning without feeling stressed and worked up and just dreading the whole week ahead because I haven't got a plan. So grab a piece of paper and a pen because you are going to want to write these things down. The first is to review the week that you have just had. Spend some time looking at how the last week for you has gone. What were you working on? How were you spending your time? What went well and what didn't go quite to plan? What lifted you up and brought you joy? What left you feeling stressed and hurried, frustrated and overwhelmed? Have a look at your goals and what did you accomplish and what didn't you accomplish? Were there any tasks that you were avoiding or not doing that you know that you needed to get done, but you were off doing other things? Also take a look at how you were feeling generally. What was your mood like? What was your health like? What was your emotional well-being like? Check in on yourself and review how you were feeling the past week too. Spending some time reviewing how things have gone and how you felt is super key in getting you set up for the week ahead going forward, because you've had time to check in on what went well, what didn't, where you are at with your goals, and so that it's much easier to figure out what you need to do going forward in terms of what your most important priorities are going for the week ahead. Because that way, when you then start your week off, you know what you need to focus on and what matters most and what your next steps are towards accomplishing your goals and what you need to get done around the house. So spend a few moments. It doesn't have to take long. I like just sitting there with a piece of paper and just jotting things down of what comes to mind And just reviewing all of those areas and seeing where you are at with everything. Because then when you have established that baseline, it's so much easier to make your plan for the coming week ahead. Once you've done that, next is to look at what your goals are and make a plan for that week, to make a list of your most important tasks. Now you've checked in on your goals, you'll know exactly where you are at and what you need to do next. So make a list of your most important tasks, your MITs. These are the tasks that you need to get done each day before you do anything else. These are the most important tasks that are going to move the needle forward for you, both in your business and also at home. The tasks that are going to make home life easier to manage, the tasks that you need to accomplish if you've got birthdays coming up or school activities you need to prepare for, whether you need to book an appointment in for the dogs for the vets, whatever it might be. What are your three most important tasks for home this coming week ahead? And the three most important tasks for your business. What are those? Make a list of them so that you know what your priorities are. For me, I find that the easiest way to do this is to have a master task list for at home and a master task list for my business. Two different lists where I have written down all of the things that I know that I need to do, things that I need to organize and plan and prepare for. And then I scroll down those and I pick out the most important tasks for each day. Aiming to pick no more than three really helps to keep that overwhelm at bay, because with only so much we can do each day and things crop up and plans change. And if we are setting ourselves too many tasks to do on one day and then we don't accomplish them, that just makes us feel like we're failing. So I like to pick three tasks, both for home and for work, that I know that I need to focus on. And then if I do anything else after that, that is a bonus. But spending a few moments on a Sunday figuring out what your most important tasks for the week are can make a massive difference in terms of having focus and clarity to know what you need to do when you get up on that Monday morning. Not only that, it helps you to have the motivation to get going and do those things because you've already figured out what it is you need to do. It stops you from spinning in circles. It stops you from going off and doing other things because you just don't know what you should be working on. And it really does help you to stay focused. So make a list of your most important tasks. Pick three tasks for home and work that you need to accomplish for that week and make sure that you make them as a priority. The next thing I like to do on a Sunday to set my week up for success is to plan my schedule. I like checking in with my other half, with my hubby, to see what he's got going on at work, to have a look in the calendar, the diary, to see what is going on with Harrison at school, asking the eldest Oscar what nights he's likely to be home from late from work, and just seeing what is going on and what I've got going on in my business, just to give myself a few minutes to get some clarity and some vision of the week ahead of how it's going to look and how it's going to pan out and see what is going on. So take a look at what you've got going on coming on the week ahead, as well as time for work in your business. Have a look at the tasks and time that you need to allow for things going on at home and in your personal life. I like to look at my diary and schedule what hours I have free to plan and work over the coming week. And then I also take a look at what time I've got of what errands I need to run and any things that I need to do around the house, and schedule that in as well so that I can really see where my time is going to be spent and see what time I've got left over. Most importantly, when you're doing this though, keep things flexible. Unless it is something that you need to honor, like a doctor's appointment or a client call you've got booked in, give yourself permission to switch things around as needed. Because when you are a mum running a business, things change all the time. And sometimes on paper, it can look like that you've got a great week planned ahead, but then one of the boys gets sick or one of their clubs after school is cancelled and you have to shift things around. So plan out your schedule, but try not to set things in stone and allow for some flexibility for it, because then if things do crop up, you can switch things around and it's without too much stress, and it really helps to just make you feel then like you're not failing with your week. When planning your schedule though, schedule in some time for self-care. Make sure that you have got a pocket of time, some point during the week, where you are doing something that is for you. It's so important to fill your cup too so that you can keep going during the week. If you are not doing something that is filling your cup, you are going to burn out and run out of energy. You're going to get stressed and overwhelmed. It is super important to get something in your schedule each week that is just for you so that you can fill your cup as well. It doesn't have to be every day, but if you can set aside time, even if it's just 5 minutes every day to do something for you, that will really help to help you feel like your cup is being full and you are still looking after yourself as well as taking care of everything else that you need to do. But if you can set aside some time one day during the week to have an hour, a couple of hours where it is just for you, that will make all of the difference. Me personally, my favorite way of doing this is not working on a Friday afternoon. I take those 2 hours from when I finish around 12 till 1 before going off and doing the school run and getting Harrison from school in the afternoon. I take that time for me and I do something to fill my cup too, whether it is sitting and reading or going for a walk or browsing my favorite bookshop. I will do something on that afternoon that is just for me, and I absolutely love it. Not only does it feel like a reward at the end of a hard working week, I know that I have that to look forward to when I'm having a tough day during the week. I know that I've got that time for me on a Friday afternoon. But like I said about keeping things flexible, sometimes I change it. If I have a meeting that I've got booked in for that afternoon or something has come up that I need to do, then I'll switch it around and I'll find some time during the week on another day where I can still take those couple of hours. So take a look at your schedule and try and plan in some time for you as well as everything else you need to do. But spending those moments on a Sunday, planning out your schedule, getting a good idea in your mind of what your week looks like going forward, makes it so much easier for you to get up on that Monday morning knowing that you have got already sorted in your head what is going on instead of feeling stressed and overwhelmed and spinning in circles. Now, if you want a little bit of help of planning in that time of self-care for yourself, go and check out my Fill Your Cup 2 masterclass. You'll find the link to sign up for that in the show notes. But in just 20 minutes, I will show you exactly how to find some time and find the activities that make you fill you up and bring you joy so that you can build that into your schedule. And then also go and listen to episode 23, where we dive into the first pillar to the 4 pillars of creating a business and life you love, which is the love yourself pillar. And that is all about how to make your well-being a priority without worrying about what other people think and feeling guilty about it. So definitely go and listen to that one too. Next up is planning your meals and doing the grocery shop for the week. Not knowing what I am cooking for dinner each evening really, really stresses me out. I like to know that I have got my evening meals sorted, and there is nothing that stresses me out more than having a really good day at work in my office to then walk into the kitchen and think, oh crap, now I don't know what I'm doing for dinner. And all of that feeling of a successful day just goes out of the window and I instantly feel stressed. That is one of my biggest stress triggers of not knowing what I'm cooking. And so for me to feel like I'm having a successful week ahead, I love knowing what I am going to be cooking each night. Now, it's not totally set in stone. I always aim for having a rough meal plan, but definitely Monday to Thursday as a must. And then I kind of won't see how the week goes. And then as a family, we decide what we are going to cook on the weekend, on the Friday and the Saturday and Sunday. But having that rough idea of meals that I'm going to make makes my life so much easier to manage. And so if you struggle with the thought of trying to figure out what to cook for dinner, or find yourself doing that last minute run to the grocery store because you haven't got anything in the cupboards, having a meal plan set up ready on a Sunday will really, really set your week up for success and just get rid of one of those things that totally stresses us out as mums trying to figure out and knowing that we have got to come up with something to cook every single day. One of the best ways to do this is to have a list of go-to meals. All of the meals that you know that your family love and enjoy that you can rustle up in 20 to 30 minutes with relatively few ingredients, and the meals that make it flexible and easy to cook, having in the ingredients in stock that if you need to change the day around, you can. So we have a simple list of go-to meals that are things like chicken fajitas and spaghetti bolognese, chili con carne, curry, pasta dishes, all of those sort of things that are really easy to cook and rustle up. And just knowing that we have those basic ingredients in the pantry makes such a difference. So I take a look at what is going on in the week ahead, what nights are gonna need quick dinners, easy done dinners, and what evenings I've got a little bit more time, and I try and pick meals that will fit those days so that I'm not then trying to rustle up something that takes forever and has a ton of steps when the boys need to be out of the door within half an hour. So if you don't have one already, I highly recommend making a list of go-to meals and then using that to help you with your meal planning on the Sunday. You go through that list and just pick out 4 or 5 dinners that you know you can rustle up fairly quickly that week. Assign them to each night, knowing that if you need to switch the days around, that you can. And then once you've done that, have a look and see what groceries you need to help you cook those dinners. What have you already got in the pantry, fridge, and freezer? And what do you need to go and get? And then make that grocery list so that when you do your grocery shopping, whether it is online and home delivery or you're heading out to the store, you know exactly what you need to go and get. Once I started doing this, it really took away that stress of not knowing what I'm cooking every night for dinner. And it has made my life so, so much easier. Now, if meal planning is something that is relatively new to you or you haven't tried it before and you don't know how to get started, make sure you are subscribed to the podcast because in a few weeks' time, I'm going to be sharing another episode where I am diving into and revealing the 5 things that I did to help me make meal planning a breeze. They were such a game changer for me, and it totally revolutionized how I was stocking my fridge and freezer, what I was doing in the kitchen, and the way that I was planning the meals. And it has made things so, so much easier. So that if it's something that is new to you, keep an eye out for that episode because you're going to want to dive into that one. But in the meantime, just jot down some ideas of things that you like to cook and the things that you know your kids will eat and rustle up with minimal stress and fuss. And then use that list on a Sunday to just pick out a few meals that you can cook for the week ahead, knowing that you've got something set as a rough meal plan in your mind. But if you need to switch things around, you can. But it just helps to eliminate that walking in the kitchen at 5 o'clock and thinking, what on earth am I going to cook for dinner? And then last but not least, the thing that I like to do on a Sunday that really helps me set up my week for success is to tidy up my home and workspace. Now, I usually, in all honesty, like doing this on a Friday before I finish up for the weekend, but I don't always get the time. And so adding organising my office to my Sunday reset and my Sunday planning was a huge game changer for me because I hate coming into my office on a Monday morning and still finding that I've got papers everywhere and notebooks open and things that I haven't put away. So I love just spending 10 minutes on a Sunday to tidy up my desk and put files away, to dust down my shelves and empty the waste paper bin and do whatever else I need to do to make me feel like my office is spick and span and ready for me to get to it on a Monday morning. Walking in here on a Monday morning and knowing that it is all set up for my working week ahead and all I've got to do is turn on my computer is so, so motivating. If I walk in here and it is a mess, I just walk back out again. So adding this to my Sunday planning and my routine of setting myself up for my week ahead really did make such a difference of banishing those Sunday scaries and Monday morning blues. So wherever your workspace is, spend a few moments on a Sunday just setting yourself up ready for your week ahead. Make a note of those important tasks, like I've said, clear away any papers, set yourself up so that you know that once you've dropped the kids off to school on Monday morning, you can come into your office, your workspace, and you are all set to go. And then if there is anything else around the house that you can do as a quick blitz that is going to make you feel like you are set up and sorted, go do that too. Sometimes I will do the rest of the blitz with my house on a Sunday, but actually for me, I love doing it on a Monday morning. Once the kids are done, once Harrison is at school, I'll spend an hour or so just blitzing the house before heading into my office. And that makes such a difference of knowing that I am organized, tidy, and set, and I feel like I can think straight. But doing these things on a Sunday makes such a difference. So there we have it, 5 things that I like to do on a Sunday that you can do too that will help you go from surviving to thriving in your mompreneur journey and set you up for success for your week ahead. They really do help banish those Sunday scaries. They really get rid of those Monday morning blues, and you can get up on a Monday morning because you are organized and sorted. You know what you've got coming ahead the week ahead. And you can feel like you are ready to hit the ground running and that you are winning already before you have even started your week. So here they are again. First, review your week. Take a look at how the past week went, where you were with your goals, how much you got done on your to-do list, and how you felt generally as well. Get that baseline of how things are right now so that you can think about what you need to do going forward for the coming week ahead. Next is to then check in on your goals and make a list of your most important tasks. What do you need to do next to accomplish your goals, and what 3 things can you do or need to do both at home and at work to help you move the needle forward? Make a list of those so that you know what those priorities are. Then plan your schedule. Take a look at what is going on the coming week ahead, what everybody else has got going on, what any school activities there are, any commitments that you've said yes to, any appointments that you need to honor. Make a note of those and plan out your schedule. Don't forget to add some self-care in time for you too. Even if it's not every single day, try and find some time at one point during the week where you can have an hour or 2 hours that is just for you to fill your cup too. But give yourself permission to keep things flexible as well. If things change, allow yourself to switch things around without beating yourself up. 4th is to make that meal plan and create that grocery list. Pick some meals from your go-to meals list of meals you know you can rustle up fairly quickly, and then assign them as a rough meal plan for the week so that you've got an idea of what you're going to create. And then have a look and write that grocery list so that when you're going grocery shopping, you know exactly what you need to buy. And then last but not least was to give your home and workspace a blitz, to give everything a quick reset so that you can walk into your office on a Monday morning and know that you are all set and spick and span and ready to get going. Add these 5 activities to your Sunday and you will be amazed at how much more easier it is to set yourself up for a successful week ahead, and how to hit that ground running and feel like you are winning it when you get up on a Monday morning. I would love to know how these go for you. Send me a DM over on Instagram at the Unapologetic Mompreneur. Here is to setting your week up for success, and I look forward to chatting with you in the next episode. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.